Hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Prey, specifically Prey Mooncrash is what we're having a look at today. So Prey is free on the Epic Store, so that's sort of my impetus for checking this out. So maybe you're curious, maybe you don't realize, you should go across and grab it for free because it's awesome. We actually covered it a little earlier, it might have been on the tail end of last year, over the sort of Christmas break. I think Prey was free on Epic then as well. So it happens now and then. So if you missed it, here's your second chance. You can also check out that video on the channel, but today we're focusing in on Prey Mooncrash, which is the DLC. It's not standalone, I don't believe it is, though it isn't a standalone launcher. I still think it's technically DLC, but it's ultimately its own game. It's this really interesting roguelite mode that I think it's one of the best roguelites doing the system the way it should be done on the market, full stop. So we're going to jump into it. I know I'm waffling a little bit, but this is a personal favorite of mine, and I thought I'd use the opportunity to show people. Maybe you picked up Prey for free, you don't know about this, you should check it out. Prey in its own right is a fantastic game anyway. You should get that free and play it. But Mooncrash is the best. So we're going to start a new game on this. I'm not 100% sure if this is part of the free deal on Epic. I'm just playing this on my Steam profile because I know I have it here. But it'd be worth, whatever they charge for it, it's worth every cent.
This is Basilisk. Hello.
Hello.
This is Basilisk to Casmo Module 30.
Oh, that's my little baby.
We are sending 2 classified
Or a
pieces
photo of
technology
myself.
we recovered from TranStar's moon base. They should be arriving in a few moments.
Cool. So this is sort of a mission adjacent.
One is an operator containing a backup of the base. It's a simulation of all the research data, company secrets, and connectomes from employee brains.
Yeah, cool.
We picked you because it's protected by a lot of encryption.
Okay, right.
Fortunately, it comes with a looking glass visor, so you'll be able to search the sim visually.
Oh, good.
You'll be plugged
HoloLens.
into the moon base as it was, seeing it through the personnel that was stationed there.
Right.
There's a lot to do.
There
I'm
is.
sending your orders along so you can check them off as you go.
So,
Oh, and congratulations.
oh,
I am pleased to inform you that executing these orders will fulfill your contract. After you
interesting.
recover the data, we're going to pick you up. So great news. You'll be with family soon. Okay, M13, you're the expert. The delivery is docking now, so I'll leave you to it.
Okay, cool.
Transport craft African BKTL-17 commencing docking procedure.
All right.
Please stand by to receive payload.
Toilet, cargo. So there's a lot to be said about this. For starters, Prey is an immersive sim from Arcane. So they're the guys that did, like Arcane, what am I saying? Dishonored, that sort of stuff. And it's fantastic as a single player sort of horror experience in its own right. Let's just plug this visor in. This deals with a problem that I have with roguelites in these days. I enjoy their uptake in the modern sort of mainstream, but I feel like roguelite systems where you outsource upgrades are abused these days, right? To the point where you can't have an honest run. You can't just go in to the game fresh and do the roguelite with a T run for like an hour or whatever and potentially win or make some tangible progress. They've outsourced so many of the upgrades in these games that it's turning into a different genre. It's turning into a grind, right? Where you can't actually make any progress until you've unlocked some of the stuff. We've got some emails here. What's going on here? Reminder. Operatives shall diligently pursue companies reasonable. Oh, okay, this is my bloody TNCs, is it? Grats. Nice work up there. Dispatch a delivery including a flower from your wife's garden, right? So, into the simulation. Let's go. So what happens in this is this is set after Prey. I think it might be after Prey. Prey uses the played out Bioshock trope of after the fall is what I call it, right? Where essentially the station's already sort of gone to shit. There's a lot of sort of environmental storytelling after the fact. So the monsters are taken over, people are dead. So, you know, and you don't have to interact with NPCs really and all that sort of stuff. So this could be set just before the first game. I'm not 100% sure, but it's still after the fall, right? We've got a bunch of characters to unlock. And we have to do these. So straight away, this is meta progression, right? Find security officer Vijay Bhatia's course. So this dude's dead. However, we're playing through their memories. It's sort of like a matrix in a way, right? So you want to unlock all these characters. We've only got this dude here, the volunteer. They all have different starting loadouts, different stats, right? That sort of thing. They have a story objective. Escape with the volunteer through the Mimic portal to unlock their story objective, right? So let's just go. We'll play as him. Launch moon-based simulation. So ultimately, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I only have really 30 minutes to show you this game. Ultimately, you want to escape in one meta run with all 5 characters from the 5 different escape routes available. So each run from each of the 5 characters subsequently takes place inside the major meta run. I don't know what else to call it, right? So if I were to escape with this dude... Actually, let's let her talk.
This is an emergency broadcast. Please report to designated escape pod stations and prepare for evacuation. If you are unable to reach an escape pod, security will track your position as they conduct a final sweep before launching.
Sure. If I were to escape with this dude through that escape pod, for example, and then I ran in as one of the subsequent guys, which I don't have them unlocked yet, but say I had them all unlocked, that escape route will be turned off. Furthermore, this run that we're going through, this world, like that wrench I just picked up, if I go and die as this dude or escape or whatever, but I move on to the next guy, that wrench will be gone, right? This chick's corpse will be looted already. So we're picking up fabricator plans. So that gives us the ability to build things within the run. So...
Typhon material detected.
Oh, I fucking saw you.
No Typhon. The Typhon material detected.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Jesus. You're gonna really do me like that, are you? Hang on. Don't I have, I don't have any magic abilities. Please stop burning me. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a bit rough putting 2 of the superpowered dudes in the first room, but it's random, right? And that's what I was going to get at as well, right? Oh, we've got the trauma. So if we pull up our inventory, where is our status? Suit damage. Okay. Yeah, I could have sworn... I thought this guy has... I guess he doesn't have it unlocked yet, but this guy's like a psychic character, so he's more like a mage in a way, right? Anyway, this thing, there's so much going on. A lot of this is from the core game. This thing detects if there's bad guys nearby because they can cloak. Because it's green, there's none here, so we're all good. All right, we're going through here. So yeah, if I go and loot all of this and then escape, the next guy is going to have a harder run because all the shit I went through and took is gone in his run, right? And then you can reset the meta run by, we want to eat the med kit. If we, well, hang on, what's the C do? Let's just go with that. Go with the little candy bars. We want to try and get everyone through the one run, but you're obviously going to be cutting each other's lunch, so to speak. If you go too hard in the paint, say on the first guy. So you got to think about all that sort of stuff, right? Now, we only have one guy unlocked, so we don't have much of a choice here. Ooh, medkit. So you can see if I press C, I have this like heal over time. See, now that's locked because there's Typhon nearby. It could be these rocks, right? If you click this, it will track them. And then there you go, there's a whole bunch up there. And then, where'd he go? Motherfucker. Might be this one. The fuck? That gave me such a fright. You can hear him. It's a handy little bit of tech. So that door should be all clear now. Do we have a map that we can check? Yeah, so this is a unique sort of map world compared to the main game. There's a central hub, and there's a whole bunch of like systems. There's like power systems, right? So some areas you won't be able to get to because the train system's powered up or whatever. And every time you do one of these let's call it the meta run, where you start a run fresh with all your characters and you can do up to 5 runs within it, right? Then which areas are powered up, which areas are locked, which areas are damaged and need repairs. Like there might be smashed up areas that you literally can't get through unless you repair, and only some of the characters can repair. That's all procedural. That's all randomly generated. So the environment is this central hub, right? Which you can sort of see there with like, I think it's 4 branching sectors. So it's not small, this world. Typhon lure, let's go. But there are procedural components to it every run. Suit repair kit. Perfect, look at that. We got a bit more armor back. I'm going to just hold on to the med kit for the moment. Now we've got 2 wrenches, because that's useful. Okay. I can hear dudes. Anyway, it's worth playing yourself. There's a really cool feature of this central hub, but I'm not sure we're going to cover it in this run because it's not revealed yet. But it's very stay off the sand. Let's say that much. Fuck. Medkit. Oh. Be good to have a gun or something. So when you level this dude up, neuromods it'll be, he has this tree, which is fairly limited compared to the main game's tree. And everyone has different trees. So you can see here, he can get these psionic blasts and shit, right? Or Typhon here, right? He can zap people with his brain. It's quite powerful, and he's got a huge mana bar. Whereas I think one of the next characters you unlock is like Chief Security, and so he's like Shotgun City. He's more about just brute force and health. And there's another chick that's like, there's all sorts of different ones, but there's another one that's like an engineer, so big on repairs, has a turret that they can spawn. So all the characters are quite radically different. So yeah, the objective is to unlock all of them and get them to complete all of their runs in one go. Oh, hello. Can you help me?
Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your psychoactive potential is at...
Right, so this science operator would refill my mana bar.
Didn't see me there.
So we can't repair that, nor do we have... See, hacking and repair aren't in this guy's limited tree. In the main campaign, you can unlock anything. But in this, you're very much, you know... Why is that jumping around? I think it's just bugging out. EMP charge, let's go. Now, if you played Death Note, I was going to say Death Note, Deathloop, you might see a lot of similarities going on here. See, now I could leave this shotgun. Oh fuck. Maybe it was a thing. Oh. So I could leave that shotgun for someone subsequently running along behind me, right? Utilities, area map, reveal map. Anyway, yeah, so if you think this is a lot like Deathloop, that's because this was ultimately the proof of concepts of Deathloop. This is a phenomenal game in its own right. Like, I don't want to, like, I know it's sacrilege, but I like this more than I like Prey. Even though I love Prey. Escape pod status. So there we go. Crater has an escape pod. Hazard report. We can see all this sort of stuff, right? Powered. It should all be good because this is like almost a tutorial run, right? But it's possible for all these different areas to have these faults and have the tram be out as well. So what you can do is, I think, if memory serves, you might be able to come down here. This might be the, yeah, here you go. Here's like a sort of breaker box, right? And what you can do, you can fuck with these control modules. I don't know if you're allowed to do it this run. But these, you know, they might be missing or they might be damaged and you might need to do some like hot swapping of the batteries so that you can actually power different areas to get to them. And that's just going to depend on each of the sort of runs.
Requesting new operator.
So the engineer should repair my suit. Yeah, so Deathloop is their newest game, right?
Engineering class operator ready.
Can you please repair me?
Stand clear.
Now Deathloop's awesome in its own right. It's dripping with theme, but I feel it was kind of a little bit of, like, I'm awesome to see that they tried to do more Mooncrash, and arguably it's quite different, right? It brings its own sort of flavor to the table. Though I prefer this. I prefer the Mooncrash model infinitely more, because this is still a rogue-like in its own respect. What have I got here? EMP charge? He's not going to like that. Yeah, the sort of... Fuck, what's this guy's problem? The sort of problem with Deathloop is here's another control box that we'd be able to mess with later. Is that how do I say? Sorry, doing all this stuff and talking is a lot. The issue with Deathloop is because it has that narrative campaign, it has a lot of sort of fixed linear components to it. So while you do loop, it's still, it's not true roguelike, right? It's not like you wipe, you start fresh. Now this game obviously has the 5 distinct runs within one run, and that could take you hours depending on how well you go. But ultimately, you're gonna die, or one or two of you dudes is going to die, and then you're going to end your run voluntarily or by the other guys dying, and then you're going to reset and then start the whole thing again from absolutely scratch. So the fact that there is a sort of Iron Man scratch component to this makes it superior. That's what Deathloop's really missing. It's close, and I still do like Deathloop. I suppose it suffers because it does have that. I ultimately you start the day over, but I think maybe the meta progression. Transfer this. Auto sort. I think maybe the progression it suffers from the issue with becoming too overpowered as well. Like you can sort of carry a lot of crap forward. Anyway, I'm not trying to be down on... I can't really afford any of this. I'm not trying to be down on Deathloop. Deathloop's great in its own way. Okay, so we want to go to this escape pod, right? We ascertained that it's out that way. We're up in this sort of control tower in the center of the central hub. See that there, how it's doing weird visuals? That's because it's not part of this simulation. Remember, this is all through the sort of captured sci-fi pseudo memories of all the crew members. It's almost like a crime scene reconstruction. Nope, I saw you. It's almost like a reconstruction of... Oh, there we go. We got a neuromod. Fuck yes. Of the events after the fact. Okay, cool. So, increase your psi pool? No. Give me this. Unless, what's this? Regeneration? No. I want this. Kinetic burst. Stick it in your eye. So this is your upgrade system. It's core to the whole story of Prey as well. Like I said, at the very least, you should pick up Prey for free on Epic and play it, but I would highly recommend playing Mooncrash. Okay, site targeting, cool, that's fine. I believe it's my right click, yeah? There we go. Cancel, F, okay. Now, I think this might be rigged because...
Status check. Control module.
Note. Wrong side of the Typhon. Yeah. Okay. Typhon in range. Press 1 to track. It won't let me track it. It might be on the other side of the gate. Anyway, so the point is that this disruptor can be used to disable the gate temporarily so you can get through.
Detected.
And you can use this as a bypass to go back through the other way. I think that's a temporary button and it'll phase back on.
Gate reactivation in 3.
Because it's a one-way gate, basically.
1. Type
So,
material detected.
all these cool little mechanics. Alright, let's make for this escape pod. Hello. Jesus. Make a bloody mess, why don't you, Scarlet? Maybe I will. Now I'm trying to figure out if I use my med kit or not. Escape pod's just up there.
One escape pod removed. Please evacuate in an orderly fashion.
So they detonate on you. Fuck. No, that's alright, we can get there. There's a weaver in here. There it is. Shit. Still on cooldown. Not sure if I got it. Pistol. It's bugging out. Oh, hang on. This might be... Oh, fuck.
Vital sign.
Yeah. I know.
Critical.
I'm getting blown up by fucking mines. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, I do have a thing. There we go. Alright. Fuck, I nearly died. I got to like 3 health then. Okay, cool, we're all clear. Jump in the escape pod. Secure door. Oh, that's probably a good idea. Okay, cool. So there we go. I've unlocked the next person. We got some XP. Now, this dude's mission-specific escape is to open like a teleporter in the lab and escape through there. There are like, it's not all escape pods. One of the other dudes, I think you want to escape in a shuttle, but he needs to learn to be a pilot, sort of like the Matrix downloading the helicopter schematics. So you have to do all that. So there's actually like a lot of different avenues to get out. And this is all the sort of meta XP that we get, or its currency, sim points. Now I'm not sure, but I don't know if they carry over between runs. I can't be 100% sure. And you can use them to buy equipment and all that to take subsequent characters in. And you can choose the characters in any order. So like if you have them all unlocked, you don't have to be that dude first.
Copy, please. Repeating. Basilisk to Casma Module 13. Copy, please.
I'm here. Hello?
Ah, you're okay. Congratulations.
Yes.
It seems the simulation is significantly corrupted, but scans of your brain tomography indicate no damage.
Well,
The corruption appears
from
to be
the
limited
machine.
to the host operator. No externalization, so you should be fine. We've
Okay.
transmitted an app that should help track the simulation's instability. Please install it immediately so you're not caught unaware again. Basilisk out.
Here you go, stability track. So this is a Doom timer, right? Install the app. Oh, you know what? It'll be here, right? And so this Doom timers are kind of important in roguelites, right? Because you want to keep moving at a clip, and you know you might know them from things like Spelunky. I think there's a ghost, like an invincible bad guy that will chase you through the level, and kill you. And it's to push, it's to make you not dilly dally and drag your dick too long, right? This is in this game. It's more of a, it's just a constant timer, like Risk of Rain-esque, I suppose, constantly ticking up, and once it reaches certain thresholds, it upgrades the lethality of the simulator, starts spawning more dangerous dudes. It just makes the whole experience more fucking awful and dangerous, right? Okay, so we've unlocked Joan. You can see there she wants to escape through the shuttle for her story objective. And she has a default ability, but if you go there, you can see their trees are significantly different. He's escaped in this run, right? View progress too. Complete all the following to fulfill your contract to Casma. So this is sort of what you have to do, I believe, to win the game. So got to unlock everyone. You've got to escape through all the different potential areas. You have to complete their individual story objectives, and then there's some discovery components as well. Okay. Backspace, close. Next, so we've got a loadout screen. So what can we? You can bring a control module. That's pretty cool. That's the thing I was talking about. Like, you know, they could be damaged or need switching or whatever, right? What we'll do is we'll give her a pistol, and we'll buy a bunch of rounds. So yeah, see, we've got quite a few points, and this and Deathloop, I think, still have to iron out the crinkles with that, with trying to you get a shitload of points and you can kind of jack your dudes up before you go in. All right, and then you've got this bounty, which is this run specific, I believe. Kill one science operator with your psychostatic cutter. I don't think I even have that, but that's okay. Psychostatic, what the fuck is that? It's either an ability or it's a psychic knife weapon. I can't remember. Yeah, anyway. God, it's cool to be playing this again. Oh my God, what a game. Anyway, we'll just pop in and show you. She's got a turret. You'll start in the same spot. But yeah, look, it's incredibly unique. Casma orders. Yep, completing them will fulfill your contract. Cool. We already had a bit of a look at that. Right. Let me out. Cool. So what have we got? We've got a pistol, we've got a wrench, and we've got this sort of turret that we can summon. It has a pretty long cooldown. And you can see here, she's looted. And so this is all the same run, or the same, I keep calling it a meta run, but I don't know what else to call it, right? This is technically the same run that the previous dude just went through. Up the top right, you can see the corruption level. You can see that ticking up. So once that, and I believe you can get things that will slow it down or pause it, but once it does fill the bar and tick over, that's a point of no return. It will go to corruption level 2 or whatever. So you can imagine trying to get all 5 of them out in one run, which is your ultimate objective, can be quite tricky. When you get to the 5th dude, chances are he wasn't your favorite, like unless you're saving best till last. Which actually opens up another great way to deal with the meta issue. Not meta issue, but the issue with the meta progression from roguelites, in that the power spike is back to front. You know, the game starts off hard, but as you get more and more upgrades, the game it tends to get easier. It needs work. The industry still needs to work it out. That, yeah, you get your head kicked in for the first few hours and then you snowball, which it shouldn't be that way. It should scale the other way. And this sort of helps fix it, because ultimately you will be taking your trouble characters first to get them out of the way while the corruption level's lower. And then you'll be taking your favorite, better, more jacked characters last. However, you're putting them into like level 5 corruption or whatever. You're putting them into the hardest part of the game. So it's cool, actually. I need to think on that, because that's a really big issue, is the back to front progress, not spike, but progression in roguelites. And I've constantly said that I haven't seen it addressed, but I think this game actually kind of addresses it. The trick is having multiple people run and having to choose the order against the same doom timer. Interesting. Maybe we'll see more of that. Some Marvel vs. Capcom-esque, pick a bunch of dudes and you know, use them for multiple lives in the run. Maybe. All right, team, check it out. At least pick up Prey for free on Epic, and you can also go check out my video where we looked at the single player of that, which is, you know, more meat and potatoes, immersive sim, but still fantastic. And then consider picking up Mooncrash. Wonderful game. Probably my favorite roguelite still to this day. Easily. All right, team, might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.